Good? How are we feeling now? All right. Are we underway? All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm tucking it in the pocket, I think.
We got 2 viewers now.
All right, 2 here. Here we go. All right, live from Fraser Hockey Land in Detroit, Michigan. We've got the Seattle Junior Thunderbirds, who are 1-1 after coming off a heart-breaking overtime loss here earlier today against the Esmark Stars. The Stars are dressed in black, and the Thunderbirds in their road white uniforms will be. Hey boys.
Boys, can you come up top up here?
We'll address that elephant afterwards. We're underway. Back goes a puck. Nash or Shaw goes back, scoops that one up, comes out to blue line. That's blocked by Childers. Turned around by Esmark and fired right back into the zone. Yamamoto across to Shaw. Shaw gets it up to McGarriger. He makes the line, takes a poke check but keeps control. Bounces back to Shaw. Shaw has a look high and wide off the glass. McGarriger picks up the rebound and quick tests the Esmark goalie, who's wearing jersey number 70, as the new age of goaltenders don't tend to follow those old protocols around jersey numbers. I heard a Hockey Central talking about it yesterday. It used to be goalies were either 1, 30, or 31, and that was it. All right, T-Birds change up the forward line here. Moran, Alonso, and Weston up front. Warham and Mueller in the back. Esmark picks it up in the corner, pushes it up. Moran steals that one and holds it tight. He looks for a little help that isn't coming. Up the boards. Weston grabs that up, pushes it up to Moran. Moran looks, gets it over to Alonso, and just inside of his feet. Couldn't pull that. Weston hooks his man. No call there. Now Moran turns and spins around the blue line. He fires one between Weston's legs. It goes into the zone. Esmark pushes it up. Alonso dumps it down in the corner. Moran goes to chase it down. He bumps his man, creates some space. Warham looking for the puck at the point, but Moran spins around, gets it back over. It's over to Mueller, who's down in the far corner. Esmark having a hard time getting the puck out. Laux spins, he gives a little mohawk, dumps it back in the corner, and Geddes goes after the puck. Geddes lifts it out to Mueller. Mueller has a look, little wrister, hits a stick in front and bounces over to the corner in front of us. O'Hala's got it, he pushes it up. Laux has it there, and his trip coming out of the corner. I think this might be one of those games where there's not a lot of penalties. Geddes is bumped hard in a corner. He still continues to push away with the puck. O'Hala grabs it. He glides one across to Mueller. Mueller holds it in the corner. He takes a bump and has landed on his backside. O'Hala's got it. He backhands it over to the other side of the ice. Laux bumps his guy, tries to lift his stick, but he gets away. O'Hala grabs that one, high stick. No, waved off by the referee. Must have been right at the shoulder. Esmark brings it in behind their own goal. Laux pesters his man and pokes away, and here comes O'Hala. He grabs it, bounces it off the board to Mueller. Mueller slapper, shoots and scores. Cohen Mueller back, takes a pass from O'Hala, and he made no mistake with that one. Went short side underneath the blocker on the Esmark goaltender. And at 14:52 of the first period, the T-Birds take a quick 1-0 lead. That was a lot of great work by a lot of forwards in the zone there. Laux battled away, Geddes battled away, O'Hala battled away. They finally got the puck out to Mueller. He took the big slapper into the back of the net. Plank picks it up, he gets it up to McGarriger, hits a skate. Plank picks it back up. He chases after it. Up comes Yamamoto. He gains the red line, fires it in. He takes a big bump there. Puck comes back out. Anderson pulls it back, fires it up to Klink. Puck bounces off and is in the zone. Esmark brings it in deep. There's a quick shot on Blaha in the net. There's another big save by Blaha. The centerman lost his man there. Now it's down in the corner. Childers pushes it in behind the net to Yamamoto. Yamamoto up the boards to Klink. Klink goes cross ice back to Childers. Childers is away. He looks to go around his man. He controls it there while he waits. The rest of the T-Birds all went for a change, so Chili was on his own there, 1-on-3. Moran in for support now. He looks, gets it back out to Warham, kicks it off his skate, and then he pokes it away from the Esmark player. He bumps his guy into the boards in front of us, but they dump it into the zone. Weston dumps his man, and Warham hit his guy who's turned back to the bench as well. Puck out in front of the net, goes off Warham's glove and up the side to Weston. Weston looks around. That puck was a lazy backhander by the Esmark player. Oh, there's a shot on net by Alonso. He couldn't get that bouncing puck to settle down. Tried to go 5-hole on the Esmark goalie, but he was up to the task. He takes a sip of water after that. He's had a half a dozen shots already. Out comes Ohala, Laux, and Geddes. Warham and Shaw back at the point. Ohala steps in and looks around. Ties up his man, puck goes in behind the net. Ohala lifts the stick but can't get the puck. Shaw gets it at the blue line, slides to the middle. Little wrister in on the goaltender, nobody there in front. Geddes jumps it back in down to Ohala down in the corner. There's Shaw, comes in from the point, fired one, and it just went into the goaltender's glove of Esmark. That was a high quality save there. Esmark bringing on some reinforcements. Unfortunately, that guy didn't know that it was Black Sock Day. He's got the Red Sox on instead. He makes his way to the bench. Ohala pushes that draw over to Laux. Shaw goes into the corner to retrieve that and fires it in behind the net. Geddes pesters his man down there. Now Laux over to help him out. Ohala's got that one. Shaw steps in, takes a little slapper that hits a couple sticks and bounces into the corner. Ohala's got that. He tried to push it out to Geddes. Geddes couldn't quite hold that one. That one bounced over Warham's stick off his leg and down the ice. Shaw's going to retrieve that, slaps it up and out of the zone. It's out at the red line, right in front of our broadcast position here tonight. Miller gets his pocket picked by Ohala. Ohala takes the goal line. 1-on-3, he's going to have to get that puck deep while he waits for the reinforcements. Laux was down there, but he can't get it down to him. Esmark pulls around, whips it in behind the net. Anderson grabs that, punches it up to Childers. Childers controls it, back to Anderson. Anderson off the backboards to Mueller. He lets it go for Laux, and McGarrigle comes over, picks it up. Esmark grabs that one, dumps it back into the corner. Anderson gives chase. Childers poke checks his man. And McGarrigle comes out with the puck, but not out. Mueller back in behind the net. He's got a bit of a bad angle there. Couldn't quite pick that one up. Now he backhands it up the middle right there to McGarrigle right on the tape, and Childers comes out. Klink comes out of the box. He's the third guy coming in. Esmark all up the left side. Now their one forward is offside. Mueller goes to pick it up, tries to twist around. The Esmark player didn't know he was offside, went over, touched the puck, and the blown down here. Everybody looking for something here, except face-offs back in T-Bird territory here. McGarrigle steps in, puck's down, he loses that draw. Back to their D-man. Fired in on Blaha, he blockers it away to Shaw. Shaw takes a bump but gets it around to Childers. Childers chips it out to McGarrigle. McGarrigle can't get it out, and Shaw will give it a try again. He bounces it off the boards to Yamamoto. Yamamoto goes up the middle, hits McGarrigle's stick, but that's going to go for icing as well. T-Birds change the lines. 11:22 to go in the first period. 1-0 T-Birds. Moran out there now with Weston and Alonso. Mueller and Warham on the backside. Blaha settles in the net into his crouch. Has a look left and left a look right. See how the Esmark Stars are lined up. Stars try to chip it in, hits our own guy. Weston gives it a chop at the blue line. Now the T-Birds are away 2-on-1. Moran over to Alonso. Alonso with the wrister. Oh, he tried to go over the shoulder there. Moran got run into the goalpost and then took a cross check in the back for good measure. No retaliation there. That was a bit of a bugaboo this morning in that game when we against the Jersey Hitmen. Took a couple of hits and retaliated, took some penalties. No such thing here. Must be a new message from the bench. Moran loses that draw, goes over to the sideboards. Alonso hits his man and dumps him. Moran chases after the puck. That's up high. Mueller keeps it in. Now it's across. Esmark brings it in. Warm tracks his guy. Puck goes out in front of the net. Blaha bounced around there. I don't think Esmark got a real good shot there, but Blaha grabbed that bouncing puck just to make sure nobody could have a go at it. He goes for a little skate. Yeah, we had heat the first game today, but no more heat up here the second game. Hollis steps in, comes back to the point. Geddes has that go off of his glove and into the corner. Now Laux has it, he chips it up front. It's a race now. Oh, that is a great play there by Ohala. But behind the play, typical, unbelievably bad refereeing. Unbelievably bad. A 2-on-1 and he blows it down for a wrestling match in the back of the play. Anderson will go to the box for 2 minutes for roughing. We're going to play 5-on-5. Esmark player takes his seat there. Breakaway right there. Butters asks, hey, maybe that was a breakaway. Did you notice that? Shakes his head and says no. We had a wrestling match back here. Can't possibly keep the game going. So the T-Birds will take a face-off in the offensive zone. Ohala in. He wins, he won the draw and then whiffed on the puck. Whipped around to the side. Shaw tries to keep it. It's a bad bounce there. It's a one-on-one the other way. Warm poke checks him, then bumps him, then says thank you very much and chips it up the boards. Puck dropped into the corner. Shaw has it. He twists around. Warm calls for it behind the net, but he can't get it. Up to Geddes off his stick to the D-man. Dumped back in by Esmark. Back up the boards to Laux. Laux works his way after that puck, but it goes down low. Shaw bumps his guy down there, and out come the T-Birds. Ohala's got a little step. Just needed to push that puck ahead. Instead he tried to make a move, and we'll give up a shot. Blaha blockers one to the side. Shaw gets it to Mueller. Mueller slides it up to Laux. Laux lets it go off his stick, and he finishes up the change. Childers gives chase down in the far corner, or in the close corner, I guess. Plank's out there now with McGarriger. Esmark takes it behind. Klink bumps his man and slows him down. Childers battles away in there. Esmark tries to bring it out the other side now. Finally gained the red line. Feet moving. This is a red-legged latecomer. He goes all the way to the net, slides a backhand in. Now Esmark wants to have a little poke at Mr. Vlaha after the whistle, and Yamamoto's having no part of that, so he gives him a shot. Oh, fair. Oh, geez. I need him for after. Not for me.
That's what I wondered.
Yeah, that's all good. Worm's asking a question here, the linesman. And down, Weston and Warm in a hurry to get to the D-man, but neither one of them get there. Weston got out there. Warm has it. He gets bumped after taking a cross-check in the back. Whatever happened at the face-off circle there, that guy, there's another bump, which you can call interference in just about any other league when the puck isn't anywhere close. Weston has it. Esmark now has decided they're going to lay the body to some guys. Moran works his guy over down there, and Weston's got it. That one comes up the boards. Warm gloves that one. It's pushed down. He's not calling anything. I think he thought he had it in his glove. Warm grabbed it and put it down, but the referee was blocked out on the other side, couldn't see that the puck had hit the ground. Something's been said on the Esmark bench because these boys are a little more aggressive now than they were at the start of the game. Maybe not so intimidated. Weston hits his guy. Warm has that slip through his legs. Weston chases his guy down. All the way to the net. Vlaha catches that flipper and then moves it along. That might be the shortest 2 minutes in sports. Was that a full 2 minutes? The Esmark player is hurt who got wrapped up with Anderson. He limps his way into the bench. The penalties are over. He is not amused. He slammed the door on the way in and the way out. There's a save there by Vlaha. He picked that one up. Long shot from the point. That one's pushed out in front. T-Bird's getting a little loose here. Now Mueller carries it out of the zone. He pushes it up to Laux. Laux chips it around his guy who kicks it into the zone. Esmark up the side. Ohala works on that one. Too many T-Birds in one spot right now. Mueller's got it. He gives that away. Now he tries again, and that one's going to go for icing. All right, let's see if we get a better shift here out of these lads now. Childers out there with Klink and McGarriger. Sean Warm on the back end. They pick up the puck. Shaw brings it around. He twists around. He flips it high off the glass to Klink, but goes over his stick. Puck in behind the net. Warm gathers that in. He kicks it back the other way. Has a look. Goes off a leg and bounces out to center. Klink goes around his man. He hunts down that defenseman in behind the net. The defenseman comes out. No T-Bird there waiting for him. That doesn't go for icing. Long pass that missed, but went through Shaw's feet. Warren picks it up. He hits that same leg again. Can't get it up to Klink. Klink gets wrapped up there, and a weak one up the boards, and that one's blocked and fired back in by Esmark. Warren now picks one up, flips it high up. Klink goes, gives chase after that one. He kicks it up to McGarriger. McGarriger shoots, hit the side of the net. McGarriger battles away, chips it out to Childers. Childers grabbed that puck. And then the Esmark goalie was in a good spot there, took that one right in the middle of that star on his front of his jersey. Then Childers got punched twice for his efforts. He'll make his way back to the bench. Moran coming out now with Alonso and Weston. Anderson waits for this draw in behind with Yamamoto. Referee lines everybody up. Drops that puck and it's won by Moran. Back to Anderson, but Weston kind of tipped it so Anderson couldn't get his stick there. In come the Stars. Weston picks off a pass and fires it up the middle. Misses there, that goes long, and that's going to go for icing on Esmark. Fitzgerald had that puck. I think he meant to maybe have a little different angle off the boards there. And instead it goes for icing. It's fired all the way back down. Jim Klink over on the bench, claps his hands, trying to rally the troops. Moran leans in. Weston excited. That one goes right back to Anderson. He has a blast that goes over top of the net. Yamamoto tries to keep it in, but it bounces off his skate. He chops it back in, hits the Esmark defender. They go up the outside. Anderson holds it, and he dumps it right back in. Puck like that, we got to hold on to. No pressure. We're dumping it right in the middle of the ice. Puck goes up to Fetzer. Fetzer's got it. He pushes it into the middle. Now it's a little 2-on-1, and they score. T-Birds played that a little laxically, and they end up with the puck in the back of their net. 6:31 to go here. Nobody really wanted to take that puck going backwards. The Esmark Stars spread out. Everybody tried to stick check at the same time, and that one slid into the far right-hand corner past Andy Vlaha's outstretched left leg. Ohala steps in. This is getting a little painful with the exact work here. Mueller picks it up in his own zone. He backhands one up high and over the over the boards into the bench. Klink stopped that one. Hands it off to the linesman. And everybody will line up in the far zone here. Ohala's got this puck. He battles his guy, lifts his stick, and Warm comes away with it. He comes around the net. That one's chipped out to the blue line. Geddes tried to kick it up. There's Mueller waiting for the puck. He goes around one man, steps in, then it comes back out. Puck high in the air. Mueller picks that one up. He looks for a man here. Gets it over to Warm. Warm's got one right up the middle. Oh, good. That was a heck of a try right there. He had Ohala, but 15 off the Stars, stuck his stick out just at the end. Oh, he gets it over. Nice pass by Chase. Warm fires one at the net. That's bouncing around in there. Nobody can get their stick on it. Esmark pulls out. A lot of screaming from the Esmark bench as the coach tries to get him changed. Here comes Ohala. He steps around old his red-legged defenseman. Yeah, gives him a little how's-she going, and then flips it up and over the net. Laux goes after his man. Then he takes another bump. Shaw keeps that one in, and it's out to Childers. Childers controls. He gets it to Anderson. Anderson has a look. He's got a little bit of room here. He steps in. He'll be F1 after he dumps it in there. Bumps around and gets it out in front of the net, but no T-Birds to be found. Puck goes high in the air and is gloved forward by the Esmark forward. That's chipped off of Shaw's stick. Out in front of the net to a wide open winger, but he couldn't convert that one. Childers holds it, looking for a buddy here. He twists around the second time, gets a little hook. Then the puck goes high off the glass, jumps McGarriger's stick. Esmark picks it up. Here comes Anderson. Anderson passes one off the boards and goes around Klink. Childers battles in there. He picks it up. McGarriger pokes away at it, but can't quite control it. Childers gets it, takes a punch in the ear hole. Yamamoto keeps it in at the line. Puck bouncing all over the place here. Childers dipsy doodles around, has it go off his toe. Can't get it in. Mueller flops one into the zone, and the Esmark Stars bring it in behind their net. They flip it around again. Now Laux will give chase to a suspect pass by Esmark. There's Ohala, tries to get it back to Laux. Esmark puts it up right on a Mueller stick. He flips one in there. Two-hopper, didn't quite make it. That one comes out, but jumps over Yamamoto's stick. Mueller hustles back and picks it up. Backhands one up to Geddes. Geddes misses Ohala, and that's going to go to the bench. Esmark would have had a breakaway there had they been able to pick that puck up. Warm grabs it behind the net. The T-Birds are starting to get the hint that they might need to move their feet a bit here. Here comes Mike Geddes. That goes off his stick. Warm pumps it back up to Geddes. That's going to go for icing. All right, in goes McGarriger with Childers and Klink. Shaw and Warm on the back end. Shaw puts one up off the boards, but not out. Then he gets tripped. Warm gets tripped up in front of the net. Shaw chops his guy. Warm cross-checks him back just for good measure, and the puck's still in the zone. Warm backhands it around behind the net. Here comes Klink with it. Klink tries to chip it up the boards, but no luck. Then he tries again, no luck. Warm pushes it up to Childers, goes off the boards and around him. Here comes Shaw. He had his guy lined up. Warm turns in the zone, puts it up the boards to Klink. Bounces over Klink, bounces over the D-man, and Esmark fires the puck right back in. I don't think the T-Birds have made a pass tape to tape here in about 4 minutes. There's one there, almost got Trevor killed. Trevor picks it up, that's blocked. Now Trevor picks it up again. Trevor gains the line, gains some speed, puts a move on, gives him a little mohawk. Goes in behind the net, protects that puck. He tries to get it back to the point, but he just got his stick lifted at the last second. Now the puck's off behind the net. Ohala works and he bumps his man back there. Esmark comes out slowly. Ohala gives chase and lifts the stick of the Esmark player. That's interference in every league there, boss. As Mike Geddes is knocked down, nowhere near the puck. Puck in and out, out and in. That one goes in. Esmark offside. Now they're not offside. They get poked there. O'Halla working hard to get that. Mike Geddes works hard, but it's in back behind the net. And Shaw picks it up, has a look, rips it around the boards. Geddes pokes it out, and it's across the far blue line. Full change for the T-Birds. Out comes Klink. He gives chase behind the net. The defenseman whiffed on it, and Klink just couldn't get around him. McGarriger out there now. Yamamoto fires the puck back into the zone. Childers on the right-hand side, and Anderson in the back. Anderson backs up as Esmark brings the puck out. That one's offside as the Esmark player got about 2 steps on the play there. Well offside. Pleads his case to the linesman, but nobody's having any part of it. Well offside. Here comes Alonso with Weston and Moran. Moran loses that draw, goes and hunts down the D-man. Anderson tracks that puck in behind the net, backhands it up to Alonso, chips it over to Moran. Birds break out 2-on-2. They got a third guy coming late if they recognize him. Weston lost control of the puck. Oh, and he still got it to Alonso. Alonso just had to go off the end of his stick. Anderson waits, he knows that puck's coming, fires it back in the corner, and Alonso's the first guy there. He dumps it down low. Moran grabs that and circles around. A great pass out to Alonso. Now Anderson's got 15 feet of room in front of him and fires a wrist shot. Just judging by the reaction of some of the other parents, he might have had a chance to take the big clapper there. All right, McGarriger steps in. Anderson's still out there. He's been in the right spot a bunch of times here, so McGarriger goes through the legs of the other centerman, has a quick shot on the net, but saved by Esmark. Anderson has that go at the end of his reach, and Yamamoto turns around and hunts it down. He bangs it off the glass. It goes right to Childers. Childers up to McGarriger. There's 3 passes in a row. Klink's got to step on his man. He cuts to the net, and there's McGarriger is tripped and punched in the back of the head going to the net, and no call. Yamamoto gets beat there. There's a quick shot. Can't clear the rebound. His body's all over the place in front of the net, and Vlaha blockered that into the corner. Comes back out to center. Yamamoto and Anderson are going to change, and that'll be the end of the first period. Well, plenty for Butters to talk about there after the first period. I don't know that he's going to be happy with this scrambly play. A little tough for the T-Birds to make 2-3 passes in a row, and without that, it's tough to break out and tough to create any offensive energy. Playing 17-minute periods here, and I will take this one and only chance to maybe explain, well, I'm not even going to explain, address the elephant in the rink. Standing up beside me, Luke Schleusner and Sterling Nash. Both have been suspended for this game by the coaching staff for a violation of team rules. That's why you haven't heard their names so much here. They're doing stats today. I can hear Butters from here. He doesn't sound particularly happy with the way things are going here. Sporting his green tie and that same hat that was had significant luck in it that last weekend stretch up in Vancouver. The Birds get up off a knee. They're ready to go.
Something about heads being in dark places.
Heads in dark places.
They needed to be pulled out.
All right. Well, there we go. That's good. So 1-1 heading to the second period. Esmark Stars. This is a 15U team. These are all 2003s that the Birds are playing against here today. Esmark has played one other team from the Pacific Northwest. They played the Everett 15U team. Beat them in overtime 3-2 about a month and a half ago. So they definitely have some familiarity with boys from the Northwest. Moran steps in, puck is down, and away we go again. Alonso's got that. Warm steps up. He takes a bump and a hook and a yank. Puck comes up. 81 dumps it in behind the net. There's a puck there. He flips it up to Moran. Moran has that bounce around in there. There's Alonso, backhand right up the middle, right on their stick. Moran has that one jump around. Now Esmark steps up. Blaha kicks that one out into the corner. Alonso creates a little space there. Now Mueller's got it. That one off a skate and turned right back around. This slides it right up the middle, or right up the side again, not out. There comes one Warm, drags it out. He goes with Alonso. He slows down. Now he gets the puck back. Alonso takes it in the corner while Warm gets held up. Moran grabs that with his glove and a quick shot. That was a good shot there by George. Warm's got that one. We got too many men on the ice right now. The Esmark coach yells at the referees for too many men, but they're having no part of it. Mueller takes a cross check to the back right in front of us, has his stick lifted, takes another one, and Smilowitz tried to dump it in deep, hit the referee right in the shoulder. Laux pushes his guy. Now it's flipped up high, back in. Shaw tracks that in behind the net. Wahala picks it up after Shaw taps it there. Finally a nice hard pass out. Goes off the boards and out to the far blue line. Now Laux picks it up. He's got Geddes with him. There's a wrister. Oh, tried to go just on the short side there, and goaltender kicked his leg out. It was a good little save. Shaw comes in and bumps his guy. Anderson chips it up to Wahala. Wahala holds it. Stick handles it around. Hits Laux in both of his legs. And is picked up by the Stars. Stars hold it now and they get it in deep. Goes in behind the net. Anderson has a puck. He puts it behind his back. Hall's got it there. He's looking for somebody. Now the puck's back out. It hit Laux in the leg and Shaw grabs that and shoots it down the ice, and that'll be icing on the T-Birds. T-Birds having a tough time stringing together more than one or two good passes and one or two good shifts in a row here. McGarriger looks to start a trend. He steps into the face-off circle with that trademark spinorama of the stick. He wins the draw, pokes it out to the blue line, got no help, and it goes all the way back in. Anderson grabs that one. McGarriger up the boards to Childers. He was turning the other way. Anderson again, he swipes at it, he takes a bump, still sitting there. He bangs his guy one more time. Puck still can't go out. It's in a set of hands and gloves and legs and sticks. Shaw gets that one, puck bounces around, he flips it up high. That one's rolling towards the goaltender. Childers tries to pick that clearing pass up, but it's fired out. Anderson blasts it in behind the net again. There goes Childers back to work. He's down there all by himself. It's 1-on-4. He looks for a buddy. Childers has it, spins around, tried to get it over to Weston, but it hit a leg. Esmark punches it back down, and that'll be icing on Esmark. All right, here comes Moran with Alonso. Weston out there with Yamamoto and Mueller. Referee turns and has a look over his shoulder. Puck's down. Moran wins that draw, but it's immediately grabbed by the Stars player and fired out the zone. Weston goes after that. He gives it one poke, then two. Now he's offside. Alonso grabs it and pushes it in. Oh, and then Esmark pushes it right back in. Weston's standing there waiting. He snaps one over top of the net. Goes after his own rebound. Pokes at his man. Pushes it up the boards, and there's Moran waiting for him. Weston goes in the bench, and out comes Laux. Yamamoto holds it. Yamamoto tries to get it to Laux. Thought Laux was going to the net there. That was a good one. There's going to be a penalty on Esmark. There's a stick in the way. Now Esmark grabs it, and we're going to have a penalty on Esmark here. Blaha made his way to the bench. The Esmark, that was it. The Esmark player got his stick caught up in the hole underneath the foot of Moran in his skate. He's called for interference at 13:03. Still 1-1. Out comes the power play. We got Geddes with Laux and O'Hala, Warm and Mueller. That puck is won there by O'Hala and up the boards. It's bounced out. Mueller goes chasing it down. Esmark right behind him, looking for a guy. Mueller dumps it back to Warm. Warm holds the puck behind the net while the T-Birds get set up. They're going to hold it here. Now out comes Warm. He pushes it up. Mueller brings it out of the zone, brings it across the red line, fakes there, takes a bump and leaves the puck for O'Hala. Back to Warm. Warm's got it here. He holds it, slides one in. That's deflected by Geddes, and that was a big save there by the Esmark goaltender. That puck went up a little bit higher. Now the puck held on the boards as Laux goes to work with Mueller. Mueller steps out with the puck. He holds it, gets it back to Laux. Laux holds it there and gets it down to Geddes. Puck comes up to Mueller. Mueller tries to go up the boards, but that's blocked by Esmark. Mueller's got it. Esmark goes for a change. They got too many guys on the ice. Now they don't have too many. O'Hala backs one up to Laux. Laux has that one slide. Warm keeps it in at the line. He pushes one over to Childers. Childers gets it in behind the net and the Birds get control. Laux has got it. Warm slides into the middle. He has a wrister there. Puck bounces out. Referee calls that. Warm slid to the middle and fired one high. It probably would have went over the net. No traffic in front. So here comes Anderson and Shaw. They'll hang out with Klink, McGarriger up front, and Childers. 43 seconds left in the power play here. Anderson grabs it, pushes it up. Childers gets caught flat-footed in the corner. Esmark picks it up and dumps it all the way down. They twist around. Here comes Shaw. Shaw holds onto it. Klink up to Childers. They bust it in. Childers takes a bump from behind but controls the puck. That's a real good play there. Klink scoops it up. Now Shaw's got it over to Klink. They got their man. They got the spot they want. Klink with a quick shot, and that was saved. Anderson slides it over. Pounds that one right into the shin pads of the Esmark player. Shaw takes it down in the corner. Esmark comes out of the box. Anderson's going to have to be careful here, and he just backhands it up to Childers. Birds are offside, so they couldn't do much there. Anderson picks it up again, goes up the boards with it. Esmark passes one up, hits the skates. Now they bring it in across. Shaw picks that up. Anderson looks for a man, misses Klink. All the way back to the Esmark D-man who just dumps the puck in. Esmark content to play dump and chase all afternoon. There we go, man right out of the box, and we missed another dandy 3-foot pass there. That had a little bit of promise to it with Alonso coming straight out of the box with Weston giving chase at the same time. Now McGarriger's got it, and he gets caught up by the bench there, and you can't see it on TV, but the snow here gathers up real quick. That spot in front of the bench has a ton of snow, and as soon as it got in there, McGarriger lost control of it. He might have had a little 3-on-2 there. It's a tough deal over by that bench. There's a ton of snow on the ice. 10:14 to go here. Mueller pokes away at that one. Now Moran works his guy, takes a cross check in the back. He shoves his guy from behind down. Esmark dumps it in, and Yamamoto steps up. He gets it up to Weston. Weston holds onto it. Now Moran comes in and helps him out. The two of them battle away in the corners. Weston pumps his guy. Alonso missed a hit. Now Moran's got it over to Weston. Weston shoots off the goalpost. That one beat the goaltender, but hit the goalpost. Now Mueller over to Yamamoto. Yamamoto takes a quick shot after Moran was cross-checked in the back from behind. And the Esmark player, the only one with the Red Sox who came late, is now going to make his way to the penalty box. That one wasn't too difficult to pick up there. You're wearing Red Sox that are different than everybody else. Somebody's going to pick you up. So here's Moran with Alonso and Weston. Mueller hops over and he'll hang out with Warham on the back end. Moran in, scramble draw, Weston steps in, gets it back to Warham. Warham looks, gets it over to Alonso. Caught up in his skates, but he controls it. Now it's into the middle. Warham gets it over to Mueller. Mueller's got one. Warham takes the slapper, that's deflected just wide. Moran gets it over to Alonso. He steps out and pushes one wide. Mueller grabs that one. He tries to hold it. There, he can't. He battles away and kicks it up to Weston. Oh, just out of his outstretched arm there. Weston did a good job to try to grab that, but couldn't do it. Warham circles back around after picking up the puck. He makes a move to the middle. Puck bounces on him. Still a lot of snow out there, obviously. He shields that one with his backhand. May want to move his feet a little bit. That might be it. Gets it up to Moran. Finally, Moran bumps his man, gives him the reverse there. Now he slides it over to Mueller. Mueller wrists one and it hits a leg in front. Mueller grabs that one, but it's poked out by Esmark. Warham's got it. He backhands one across to Laux. Laux pestered there, grabbed from behind. Then he pushes it away. Warham grabs that one. He can't get it to go where he wants it to go. Alonso now, he tries his hand there. He makes a bump, eludes a check, and goes down into the corner. Puck right out front. There's Laux, and that one went right into the glove of the Esmark goalie. 37 seconds to go in the T-Birds power play. 8 minutes, 11 seconds left in the second period. Sean Anderson on the back. Geddes up front with Ohala and Laux. Draws one by Esmark. But Geddes battles away in there, tries to lift a stick. Esmark fires it around to nobody in particular. Now it's back to Anderson. He surveys the front of the net. Now he's in the middle. There's a quick wrister and it just missed the net. There's one off the boards. Laux had it. He's holding it. He got it. Oh, jeez, that was a nice play. Kicked it up to his stick in traffic. Now they got a lot of guys in front of the net and we decide not to shoot that one. Shaw's got it. He takes it in behind the net. He gets it back to Ohala. Here comes the Esmark player across to Anderson. Anderson snaps one, goes off the goalie's thigh, and then he bounces out. Then the Esmark player dumps Laux onto their goalie. And we'll get a whistle in the offensive zone. Good amount of pressure there. Finally some 2 or 3 passes in a row, making their way and some battling here. Yamamoto back in behind McGarriger. McGarriger wins the draw, but it bounces off Yammer's stick and out of the zone. Esmark picks that up. Warham tries to catch one and misses it. Gathers it up, gets it up to McGarriger, who I'm not sure what he was doing there. And it's backhanded right back into the zone. Clank takes a bump. McGarriger forks his guy. He tries to stick it in. Stick his stick in there to get it out. He turns and he'll go back and give her another try. Pokes at it again. 3 Stars and 2 T-Birds, and out come the Stars. There's a quick snapper. Hit Andy Vlaha right in the leg. He was ready and waiting for that one. As the T-Birds outnumbered on the side there, he just couldn't quite poke it out across the line, and Esmark got a shot on goal out of that. Not a problem for Vlaha on that one. He had her all the way. Puck's back in. Shaw rips it around the boards to Alonso. Alonso stops it, gets bumped, and then the Esmark Stars defenseman picks it up. Shaw follows his guy into the corner. Puck bounces around. Shaw chops at it, gets it up to Weston. Weston has a poke at it. He bumps his guy, then Shaw bumps another guy. It's out, then it's back in, and it's offside on Esmark. Moran holds that and then gives it back to Mueller. Mueller to Shaw. Alonso tried to flip that one, it hit a stick. Shaw gets it up to Alonso to Weston. Weston chips it into the corner. then goes after it, takes a bump down there, takes an elbow in the head, now punch in the back. He still controls the puck, kicks it up to his stick, and the D-man tries to pull it out. One T-Bird, Moran accidentally hit Weston, I think, there. Now the Stars get it into the zone, just missed a deflection there. Moran hits his guy, loosens up the puck, and Shaw rips it up the sidewall. That puck was out. That puck's definitely out. And the Esmark player popped it into the corner. As the Esmark moms don't want their sons to involved in anything there. As one of the lone moms decides to yell at the players on the ice there. Got a good loud voice. If you can hear that over top of us. Here we go. Puck's down and goes back, but Esmark controls it off the draw and chips it in low. Blaha has it roll right down in between his legs there. Now the Esmark player has a poke at Anderson. He might weigh 120 pounds. Anderson asks him, he says, hey, maybe if you grow a little bit taller, you're kind of like a hockey player, only shorter. All right. Ohala steps in. Anderson pushes at his guy out in front of the net. That one's blocked by Laux, but it goes off the sideboards. Anderson returns a favor there as he grabs Anderson and his stick. Now they're tangled up underneath, but he was summarily dumped in the corner. 17 on the Stars. Had a go at Anderson off the draw, and Dan planted him in the sideboards. Now Ohala's got it. He gets it up to Laux. Laux couldn't get the puck in. That bounces off a man. Now Laux has got a step. Away he goes. Puck on its side, but he flips it over the goaltender and scores. That was a great play. Didn't give up on it. Puck was rolling towards the net. Trevor had to catch up to the puck first, then chip it just up and over that right-handed pad of the Esmark goalie, who's been solid all afternoon here. And they'll go with the bare knuckle hand slap at the bench. Laux got that one. I think a little bit of the work on the sideboards here was Geddes. And Ohala's always in on any place there's hard work going on. Chase is never too far away. Good board work, and finally got a break off of that one. McGarriger punches it forward and Klink picks it up. Away goes Klink. Klink's pestered from the side by his man. Then the Stars poke it out, and out they come 3-on-2. Good job there by Yamamoto. He poked that one away. Klink chips it up to Childers. Childers goes around his man. Tries to go one more time, but not so much. Now the Stars come out 3-on-2 again. Yamamoto bumps his guy, but doesn't get the puck. Anderson falls, loses the puck, and the puck is laying down there. Referee, I know it's odd, folks at home, but he's not in a great position to see that that puck was nowhere near being covered up. He blew it down right as the Esmark player was shooting it over top of the net. Birds give up a couple of 3-on-2s in one shift, and away they go. Now the Esmark coach wants a little bit of an explanation as to why the referee can't get himself in position. He's not going to get very far with that. And we're back to live action here. Moran loses that draw, goes back to the D-man. Weston pushes his guy out of the way. He's got Alonso, but he doesn't get the puck back to him. Weston had a chance there. He had Alonso in behind him, but I don't think he noticed he was there. Moran brings it out from Moran the net, gets it out to Warham. Warham changes the angle, fires one at the net, but it's blocked. Weston holds onto it. He looks for somebody. Weston has another look. Now backhands it over to Moran. Moran gives that reverse hit again, and Warham fires that wrister right into the goalie's glove.
Let's go, Stars, come on!
Stars parents trying to egg their boys on. They played a good game. This is, like I said, this is a 15U team giving us everything that we can handle. In a 2-1 game, 4 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the second period. Warham and Mueller on the back. Ohala steps in for the draw. Geddes and Laux there. Ohala wins the draw. Geddes pokes it now. Ohala lifts one over top of the net. Puck comes back around. Mueller's not fooled by that. He stand there and wait, and it came right on his tape. Now it comes up the boards again. Mueller pokes it away from his winger right there, and Laux is off to the races. He bumps his guy in the corner as he whips it around. Geddes goes to work in behind the net. He gets caught up. Mueller steps up. He holds that puck. He battles away in the corner. Now he pushes it up the side. Nobody there though. Warm holds this puck, sidesteps his man, and backhands it into the zone. Birds were offside, but no longer. In comes Geddes. Puck comes rimming around. Klink stops out with one hand on the backhand. Ohala, Geddes, Klink all battle away there, but the puck goes out to the side. Now come the Stars. Mueller steps up on his guy. Ohala steps up. That's going to be offside. Mueller takes a bump there. Out comes Esmark. They backhand it down into the close corner here. Mueller steps in and relieves that man of the puck, but he loses it himself. Then he steps out from the corner, and Blaha is up to the task. That was a tricky little save there, and we're going to have a penalty on Cohen Mueller. Came out of the corner, kind of grabbed at the Esmark player, and he's going to go off for 2 minutes for holding. Mueller waits for the penalty door to open up. We'll have this penalty getting killed by Childers and Klink, Yamamoto and Shaw. Puck slides all the way to the back. Esmark controls it on the close boards. Everybody backs up and gives them a bit of room. They try to go cross crease, but it's flipped up high in the air. Childers grabs it and wrists it off the boards and down. It's a good little play there. There's a puck. You can see it doesn't slide too good. There's about a half an inch of ice on the, or half an inch of snow on the ice everywhere. Gets a little painful here at the end of the second period in these in this rink to get it out. Yamamoto has that one lifted off his stick, goes across the goal mouth, but no problem there, goes right into the corner. Esmark controls it there. Shaw goes after his man, leaves him on the side. There's a one-timer. That one hit the post. That one bounced twice and then hit the post. T-Birds dodge a bullet there, and then Childers pounds it down. Esmark goalie comes out as Childers makes his way to the bench. Moran comes in. Anderson relieves Yamamoto. Shaw still out there as Esmark tries to stretch the ice and leaves a man up at the blue line. Puck goes off the boards, comes out to Moran. Moran turns, goes and finds some open ice, and then he wrists one into the Esmark net. Sorry, wrist that one right into the Esmark bench, not their net. That wouldn't be good. Face-off will be down the far end. T-Bird's able to make a full change here. Laux and Klink go out there now. We got Anderson and Warham. Warham out front of the net. Draws one by Esmark. Controlled on the back end as they try to slide it across. Bouncing puck. Anderson holds that in the corner. Tries to bump his man. Does a good job there. Then it hits the referee. Then it hits Anderson's shin pad. Referee still can't get himself out of the way. Laux backhands it up there, but it's gone. But it's lost. Blaha has a hard time holding that rebound. It bounced out and they hit a couple of whacks at it. Esmark holds it here. They get it back. The T-Birds are going to get another penalty as that's blocked by Laux. And Anderson picks it up. And Anderson is going to go to the box for hooking. 13 seconds left in the original penalty to Mueller, and 1 minute and 9 seconds to go in the second period. Anderson slams the door at the penalty bench in disgust, but he'll take that hooking penalty either way. Ohala out there now with Laux. Warm on the back end. Everybody has a little spin around. Like I said, 1 minute, 9 seconds to go here in the second period. Warm gets that, can't quite get it out, but it does go, just hops out. Now Laux picks it up and he'll fire it down the rest of the way. Good job there by Trevor to stay with it. He's interfered with at the blue line. Out comes Esmark. We give them half the ice, and here comes Mueller off the out of the penalty bench. There's a quick wrister from the outside. Ohala's got that one. Goes up the boards and just misses. Esmark Stars mothers want them to get organized. They defy logic there and decide they'll just go one-on-one. He goes all the way around. Puck bounces around as T-Birds and Stars lay around in front of the net, and Laux finally chips that one out. Esmark gains the blue line. Warham is removed from his jock at the blue line, and now Mueller's got it. Mueller steps out, pushes the puck out. He gets it up to Ohala. 13 seconds to go. Ohala holds the puck in his skates from behind the net, kicks it along, trying just to burn off some time. Now Shaw's in there as Butters screams across the ice at Shaw, wondering exactly what he was doing there as we were shorthanded, and the D-man went in there, shakes his head. We try to have a little discussion about the whole thing. Now everybody has a chuckle, and the boys will go to the room. So 51 seconds remain in the power play for Esmark. 2-1 T-Birds. 17 minutes of a third period to go. You shutting her down? Okay.
Back at 10.
I'm gonna check the plumbing. Yeah, it's off.
Not yet. We're going to break away now for the ice cut before the third period. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.